Welcome to the final video of 2021. Figured we ended off with a remake here. One that's been on the list for a while. A lot have been requesting this one, so I figured, let's get it out of the way. The last video of 2021. This is Doja Cat's Woman remake. We made Logic Pro, so let's get straight to it. First things first, let's go and change our tempo to 108 beats per minute. We're gonna start off with that electric key sound that we hear throughout the entire record. For that sound, we're gonna bring in Logic's Alchemy. And we're going to go bring in a key sound and electric keys called Dusty Record Synth. Here it is right over here. Let's go ahead and close that out and draw in that pattern. I'm going to take that, we're going to duplicate that over. I take that last little melody off there, and we get something like this. I'm just going to take the root chords here, the notes of the chords, and I'm just going to duplicate it down one. Now I'm just going to go ahead and make these notes a little bit more realistic sounding. So first, we're going to give each one of the notes a variable velocity rate. So we're going to go to functions. We're going to go to MIDI transform. We're going to go to not fixed velocity, random velocity. And I'm just going to set a point here. I guess 90 and 40 is okay. We'll select and operate. And now we'll get a set of different notes. Each note has a different velocity. So the strength of that note or the volume of it will be a little bit lower, quieter on some. It's already sounding a little bit better. Next, what we gotta do here is I'm gonna bring in our inspector tab over here. Let me just quantize this to 16ths. And I'm going to, what am I gonna do here? I'm gonna Q flam here just to give it a little bit of a strum to the sound. So that all the notes aren't playing at the same time. So the next thing we're gonna do here is just open up an EQ, and we're just gonna filter out some of the low end here. Make it a little bit more narrower. All right, next is create a new software instrument track. We're gonna layer up this piano sound here, or electric piano sound. And for this sound, we're gonna go to Logic's instruments. I'm gonna bring in an instrument that we don't use a lot on this channel, the vintage clav. And we're gonna go to a preset called Deep Funk Clav. And we're just gonna close that out. We're not gonna adjust anything there. We're gonna copy down the same pattern, except we're gonna take out these notes here. Oh. Let's make sure that we're in that region. Take that out. We'll take that out. So I'm going to quantize that to 8s. So I'm going to take out that Q flam here. Let's quantize it to 8s. Make sure it's all in the grid. We'll stretch that out. All right, then we're going to take an EQ. We're just going to filter out some of the top end. I don't want all that in there. So we're just going to go this low pass filter, and we'll bring this down. can take a little bit of the bass as well. Just to layer it up. See, without, it adds some tension in there, some fullness. And then we're going to manipulate this sound together as a whole just to make it sound like one cohesive unit. We're going to create a track stack. And the first thing on this track stack is going to be a EQ. So I'm going to open up an EQ and we're just going to filter out some of the top end here just to get rid of some of that high crackling sounds. And then I want some more movement to the sound. So I'm going to bring in Logic's modulation tremolo. And for that, we're just going to play around with this right here. See how it gets it to move. A little static. This gives it some nice movement to the sound. All right, so there's our main sound, the foundation to the entire track mostly. Next, we got to bring in a new softer instrument track, and let's bring in that bass sound. So let's just unsolo those. We'll go over to our browser tab here. We'll go to bass, and we'll go to muted bass. And let's go ahead and start drawing in that pattern. All right, so there's the bass pattern right there. There's a second bass pattern we'll get to in a moment. First thing we're just gonna do here is just pull up the boost here a bit. Get it more in your face. All right, let's get to that second bass pattern right here. Just follows that notes that we had in the previous melody on the keys. I think it's got to be moved over here. All right, so there's that right there. Next, create a new softer instrument track. And we're gonna get to the drums. There's a lot of drums in this track. We'll go to user patches. I've saved a drum kit for here. The woman drum kits. And we'll start off with something easy. We'll just start off with the kick over here. Put on the fours. Put in the perk sound. Let's go ahead and put in our bongo sound over here. All right, next we're going to put in our hi-hat pattern. Add in a little bit of roll here. Roll. Right over here. All right, so that hi-hat does change up later on, but we'll get to that in a moment. Next, let's go over to our snare over here. Create another pattern region. All right, so there's basically the song right there. Next, we're gonna go over to the chorus. We're gonna create a new software instrument track, and we're gonna bring in Logic's Alchemy, and we're gonna go to pads, and we're gonna go to the preset called analog. Where is it here? Smooth. And we're basically just gonna copy down the same pattern from here. Except we're just going to bring that a lot more in the background. Next, let's go ahead and fill out the other drums we needed for the chorus. Create a new pattern region here on our open hat. Let's draw on our tambourine here. Actually, I'm just going to move this over because the hi-hat pattern does change, and we're going to switch that up right now. So we'll go here, open up our hi-hat, and we'll start adding more hi-hats to this pattern over here. And that's just going to add more energy to that chorus section over there. All right, so that's pretty much the beat right there, the foundation to it. I'm going to go ahead and listen to the track, arrange it, mix it a little bit, and we'll come right back. All right, so here is the mixed, arranged version of our remake right here. I did add a couple of things into the chorus section just to fill it out a little bit more, because in the original track, you have all these beautiful vocals on top of the chorus. It makes it sound nice and full, and it kind of sounded similar to our verse, which it does in the song, but the vocals add a lot to it. We don't have it here. So I figured I'd add in this little crash, and I added in this Apple loop here, stock Apple loop to it. It just adds to the hypeness of that chorus since we don't have the original vocals. Switch it up a little bit of a remix over there. All right, so sit back, relax, enjoy. Listen to the remake we just put together. Doja Cat's Woman. Let's go. Alright, so right there is the remake to Doja Cat's Woman remade in Logic Pro. If you like Logic users out there, I will place the entire session for you guys. Place it as a downloadable link in the description box below this video. If you don't use Logic, I'll also include a play pack that'll include the drum kit, the MIDI stems, and the loops as well, the stems from this song. You'll find that entire playback in the description box below the like button as well. But that's it for this video, the last video of 2021. If you do have any questions on this, we can go ahead and talk in the comment section below. But other than that, Happy New Year's. I wish you all the best in 2022. We'll catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.